G'day legends, welcome back to another Friday of install. Now today, we're on the mighty 250 series PRADO, AKA the gum roll. Now, if you haven't been here before, welcome. If you have been here, welcome back. First thing you need to do, head over to the fridge, grab yourself a guilty pleasure, because if you don't, the pirate gods are gonna come for you. And it's gonna be a really, really rough install. Now, nobody wants that. So for us today, like most days, we're on the Pirate Life South Coast Pale Ale, which is a good drop, mind you. Spin this cooler around. Cheers, legends. Okay, so you're here today because you want to see us install the dual battery or auxiliary battery tray for the 250 series PRADO. And this one's really, really cool. We've had to do quite a few little things here to make this work. Now, one of them is we've got to move the diesel filter. Very easy. We're only moving at 20 mil. Everything works fine. We have a new bracket for that here, which is really cool. But we've had to actually do a couple of little things to make this work. But I tell you, it's going to be an absolute dream because instead of having to dick around and try and get lithium in the back, if you just want to get it in there and run some power to the back and run a fridge, happy days or something else, this is where you're at. No need to worry about putting lithium in the car because we all know what happens when lithium gets exposed. Now, if you have a look here, I've got this bad boy. Look at this one, I'll balance it so I don't drop it. It's only, I think it's 12 kilos, made me look weak as then. I can't remember the exact weight. So don't quote me, but like it's not that bad at all. I think it's like 12 kilos or something. 120 amp hour. Oh, I'm bashing the thing, my bad. So this is the new Invicta Zero battery, 120 amp hour lithium. You can turn it bloody on, powers this thing up. I think it tells you, I got no idea what it does, to be honest. Oh, there you go. Tells you how much charge is in the battery. Fully Bluetooth to your phone as well. So we've got an app for this thing, tells you everything about it. Temperatures, charging, not charging is a problem with the battery. How many cycles the battery's had, which is very important to know when your battery's gonna be up for change. I think from memory, they'll look at like a 3,000 cycle life or something, which for most people is gonna be like 10 years. So very, very good quality battery. Under the bonnet, they're gonna get about, I believe, a 3-year warranty under the bonnet, but like I've run these under the bonnet before and they've been fine. They can also be linked up to, I think they can link parallel with 4 or 10. I can't remember which one with this one. One of them numbers anyway. So it's a really, really good battery. So we decided to go with that because these guys are really forging forward in the industry and trying to do something different. Now, the other cool thing is, so I just turn that off. When that button's off, look at this. Can I get it to work? Hang on, let me get a spanner. Watch me get this wrong and just blow the battery up. This is the cool thing, all right? So, nothing, no power there. Turn that off, boom, no power. Perfect, so that's another good thing. It's got an isolator built into the battery. So, you know, if you don't want this thing being drained, if you've got a drain in the car, keeps draining this battery, doink, turn that off, no problems. Battery's no longer getting drained. So that is a really cool feature that I like about it, which is something else those guys are pushing forward with in the industry. They're listening to the people, listening to customers and giving us what we want, which is ultimately why we have decided to partner up with them for this one, because it's really, really cool. So moving forward, now I've given you all the info on the battery. The other thing I need to tell you is that the auxiliary battery, if you decide not to go with this one, you can put a bloody an AGM one in there if you want. You need to be mindful of weight because it is an inner guard. So you can't just go bang on one of them like full river ones that are 40 kilos in there, because obviously that's sitting on the inner guard. It is braced out, but I'd be mindful of that, you know, in times of sort of changing a bit from needing to put a 40 kilo battery in there, let me tell you. But, you know, N70 battery is your dimensions for this. You retain your factory battery, then you can put an N70 battery behind it, which is obviously gonna do everything you need. So whether it's this lithium battery or another one, nearly everybody does an N70 lithium anyway. But if I was you, I'd be going with this one. Look it up, Invicta Zero, 120 amp hour. It'll be in the description on the webpage, you'll find a link to it. It'll give you all the info about it. Now, pull these out. I don't know why, because you don't need me to. Look, engineering stitched me up again, by the way. Look at this bloody thing. I'll tell you what, I don't know what I've got to do to find decent engineers these days, but, oh my God, I've just dropped the washer. We need a new install guide too, because this one sucks. Oh, I stood in it, there you go. So, he's given me an M8 nutsert, an M8 washer, and an M6 bolt to use. So I go, yeah, sorry, mate. Don't have the right bolts, you just use that. So I guess we're Sikaflex or something. But anyways, you will have an M8 bolt. I just get to put it there for photos to make it look pretty. So first step, you're gonna come over to the vehicle. Rightio, so we're over under the car now. Here's our auxiliary battery. This one's it's not too bad. So if you haven't done much electrical before, it's fine. Obviously, if you're not confident with it, just take that battery tray down to the auto sparky because you're gonna have to get a bit rewired anyway. Take it down to the auto sparky and get him to do it. He'll watch this video and go, oh yeah, cool, piece of piss. Potentially later on down the track, we are gonna be giving you a plug and play kit. So you're gonna be able to grab all the bits and just make it all work, hopefully. Tomorrow we'll find that out. When big old Benny comes around and absolute legend, by the way, Ipswich City Auto Electrical, Benny will come around and fix this up and we'll find out if we're gonna be able to supply you guys with a plug and play kit to reshuffle this and drive down the road, get your auto sparky to wire the rest. But moving forward, so this bad boy, pull this off. This will be, you got that little lever there, just pull on that one, doink, and you'll be able to free that. Put him up there out the way. Now I've got a 10mm socket on here. You'll see on top of here, this actually loosens, oh, that's tardy. This actually loosens off this terminal. So I'm gonna back him off. We'll start with the positive because they're always the fun ones. I'm also gonna back these ones off of here as well because we need them out of the way. So we'll get them off and out of here. Get out. Put the nuts back on because you'll need them again. Oh, and I'm going to need to pull this one off as well, which is going to be a 13 by the look of that. Very, very, very easy. So now that one's off, let's put all the nuts back on it so we don't lose them. Just bloody jiggle that, get him out. We'll throw him in the toolbox for now because we obviously don't want that to get in the way later. These are some of my other wires for other things. We'll throw them over there. Now we're going to do the same again over here on the negative. Oh, my bad. God damn it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, my friends. Get it right. Rookie. Ooh. Put that bad boy there. Pull that one off. Pull this bad boy off of there. Cool. Righto, so that's that. That's all done and dusted. Very, 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 very easy. So the next step is trim tool. Now, if you haven't got a trim tool on the webpage, we sell a packet of these, just like this one, some other plastic ones. So you can get in behind this bad boy. Makes it really easy for doing your DIY stuff. You just get in there and just lever back, if I could ever get behind it. Oh, I suck. There we go. Let's get behind him and get out of there. Ow. Hit the not so fucking funny bone. Motherfucker. Anyways, carrying on. Now got this bad boy here as well. So this clip here, you just push that little top one down, pull out, and then that'll come off of there. Put him over there. Now I should be able to just pull that one off. Yep. Throw him in toolbox as well. Now, there's typically a clamp on here, but someone's left it off. Now to get that off, there'll be a nut here. You undo that one, and then it comes out of here. And it's not even a clamp, that one, to be honest. I actually don't know what it's for. It just sits there. It doesn't touch the battery. It does nothing. The clamp's actually down here. So it's gonna be 12, I think. So grab a 12mm, bang him on your rattle gun, lefty loosey. Now down here in front of the battery, there's actually 2 bolts. Rightio, so these 2 bloody 12. Oh my God! Oh, that really hurt, eh? I need more beer for this. So turns out work boots are a thing. Holy shit, that hurt. So I just fumbled the socket, hit the guard, but then I got panicked about the guard. I'm gonna scratch my guard, and then smacked me in the side of the ankle, and holy shit, it hurt. Righto, so first bolt's down the bottom here. Let's crack this, there we go. Pull that one out. Second bolt is at the top here. Crack that one. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna pull out your brake. So this little tiny bracket here, this one's what holds the battery in. The other one doesn't do anything. You'll see when you get to it. It does nothing, so we don't need that one anymore. Now, next step here, I'm going to move them bolts out of here, out the way. I'll just put them back in here, I guess, so I don't lose them. Not that I'm ever going to use this tray again. Just makes less of a mess, I guess. All right, so now this is the part we need to have a little bit of muscles because it gets quite heavy, this battery. So we're going to lean this one forward, pull that out the way, and then we're going to go, ah! Geez, I'm tough. Way stronger than I thought I was. So, hopefully it's the 12 mil again. Oh, God, donked me in the head. So we got a bolt here. Yeah, 12 mil. Love the metric system. 12 mil. Another one over here. Oh, God. Extension's a bit long. I think I would have got a shorter one. All right, put that one on here. We're gonna undo this one now. And then we're gonna do this one here. Now, have all of you heard about the rip start? Is it rip start? What are they, is it rip start or the supercharged start? What? Where you're like, bang, and hit it on there and it spins it out. It's all right, eh?
Rip starts when you get a blowy and you wake up, isn't it?
So see this. I don't know if it's called a rip start, which I don't think it is, or if it's called the supercharged start or something. Running start, whatever it is, but look, see this? No good. So it's not coming off right. So you pull this off, start him up. Oh, see that? Absolutely bloody nailed it. So I'm going to call that, give it a new name, the rip start. I don't care what anyone says about it, it's now the rip start. Alrighty, so now that's cleared the way for us to get these things over here out the way because they're bloody annoying. Just go over there, annoy somebody else, thanks. Okay, so that's cleared the way for us to put this stuff in here. I think everything works from here on out. So I'm going to undo, so now we've got to reroute this. So we've got to, this gets a little bit tricky. So you've also got to bear in mind too that, you know, this belongs in here. Down here, all that's got to come out because it kind of gets in the way. So these hoses down here, these rubber hoses here, these ones are going to be the ones that are going to get in the way and be a bit painful. So you're going to have to obviously pull these out and move them around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling this off. First thing I'm going to do is undo these two bolts, which I reckon are 12 mil again. Ready for the rip start? We on. And tell me you can't. Oh, the rip start. Show me a finer rip start than that. The first one I kind of started. The first one I started chewing the edges off it. But the second one, you wouldn't even know. Thanks, y'all. Oh, King Chrome's probably going to have to get me some new sockets soon. Product testing at its finest. So anyways, now this is off. Pop that up here. Oh, nope. I need to pop this clip off too out the way. A few clips here we're going to pop off. Just squeeze them like the first one to get off. Peel that up out the way. Now the beauty is we can just sit that over there completely out of the way right now. Then we're going to get our long as hell extension again. Put that bad boy on. Put this bad boy on here. I'll have to rip start you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got this. We got you. Finger down there because we don't want to lose that one. Ah. God. It's my wife. She's up me. Haven't come home for dinner yet. Righto, so we've got one more down here to do. It's a bit hard to get to, so we're going to try our best to not lose any nuts. Oh. So, try not to lose any nuts. I literally just bloody dropped two of them. So, that bad boy's out of there now. And we're going to go and got them back, those two nuts back. Eyeballs itchy. Okay, so we're going to leave it out for a minute because I don't want to fight it, putting it in there because it getting the tray in's a bit hard. So we'll leave all that nice and clear and easy access for us. Get all these out the way. The number one thing here too is to get all your wiring out of the way. Because any other wiring you've got, if you're like me, and I've already had a few things wired in, I probably shouldn't have. And I've gone and cut them all for this install so you guys can get a better look. It's a little bit more difficult to get things in here. So this one here goes like that, right? So it's going to pick up the factory bracket that's there where you bolt it onto the original factory box. This is just a stiffener bracket, so when we add a bit extra weight there, it stiffens this thing up a lot more. So we're going to put it down here like so. We have to actually bolt this one in. So what we need to do is, I'm going to use some bolts we have earlier. And I'm just going to bolt this to the bracket. So you'll see down here, grab a couple of bolts we already had. So we want to make sure this thing's lined up when we're going to put the other tray in. I'm going to put these two in and we'll just put them down finger tight. We'll find a third one. So we're going to put that one down here. It's an M8 bolt. It's an M8, by the way. Yours will be a flanged one. Put that in here and we'll send that one home. It's going to be a 6 up, isn't it? Because I need a 13 for that too. So we'll run these ones down so they're sitting nice and flush. Lefty loosey, my bad, righty tighty. Sweet, see I didn't really crank them up, I just got them down so that way, and it's going to need a 13, isn't it? Yep. So that way, it'll do its thing. So remember the factory bolts are a 12 mil of the M8, and these ones that we're supplying, because they're at 8.8, are a 13, so more of a structural bolt. A bit heavier. So, crank that bastard on there. Crank that bad boy on. Now I can undo these other ones again, so we're all lined up beautifully, ready for the tray. So we're not fighting that now. 1, 2, rightio. So now we're ready for the tray. So I put my marks off. We can go ahead and put the tray back in. But the idea of this is that's going to stiffen all this right up now. So we'll drop the tray back in. As I said before, got this step up. That goes to the back of the vehicle. The side of the vehicle. Now we're going to fight this all the way in again. Took me ages to get in. Oh my God, I've ruined the camera. Cameraman Al's going to be so mad with me. So mad. He gets very cranky and he beats me. No. So you get all this sitting in where it needs to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, it's all sitting a bit funny. I'm just going to start by putting a bolt in the bottom there. So to start, try and line this bad boy up. There we go. This just helps us heaps. Once you get one in, so don't worry about it trying to sit right. Just get a bolt in. And this will help you find the rest of the bolts and line everything up. So I'm using the factory ones again, because that's what they're there for. Put this other one in. Get that one started. Nice. Now, I can see here where I've got to be to bolt on. There we go. Right there. So now I can see that. Sorry, my mic hits the car. So now see I can push that down and make that work. Let's see if we've got cutouts for the earths and stuff here. Boom. Get this one in there. So it's a little bit fiddly to get it in, but once it's in, you're on the money. You see here, I've got to pull that one up to get him to line up a bit. And it'll all just pull in nice and tight once we're done. Da, 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 da. And then, probably don't need that big ass extension anymore, to be fair. And then we're going to Guy, I'm not having a good run tonight. Righty tighty, man. So I'm just pulling everything up at the moment just to get it sitting right. Look at that. Now it's pulled it down. Yeah, buddy. And then now I can go and crank these. And then over here, this is where it's going to be easier now to put the battery in. So you put the battery in now, then you can put that back in. You don't have to worry about banging that. It's out of your way and put them in and out. You can get it in and out with that there anyway, but it's going to be easy to put them in without it. So I'll bang the battery in there now. So we're going to put the lithium in first. As you can see, I'm not even struggling with this one because it's so light. Not that I'm a tough guy or anything, but it's just light. The other cool thing about these lithiums is you can actually just pop this off as well, because this always gets annoying when you've got to bloody look at, oh my gosh, oh my golly gosh. Have I marked that up already? He's going to be mad with me. Yeah, the other cool thing with the lithium is you can do that. Pull that strap off on this one. It's got some handles there anyway if you want to grab under it. You can slide that over there. Wow, this one's way heavier than that one, but we're going to get it in there. Ah, my fingertips. God, there's wiring and shit everywhere. Now I've got me a little stool I prepared earlier, so I can climb up and in here and wrestle all my bloody wires that are going to be in the way, because they are. Pull them out there now. God, I shouldn't have got anything wired in this thing until we've done this product. Beautiful. And there we are. We've managed to get that one in there. This won't be such a hassle once all the wiring, so it's auto spike, you'll pull all that wiring out anyway. Before they put these in, then rewire it. That's above my pay grade, so I'm not doing that. I'm just showing you how to put this in. After that, you know, someone's got to wire it for you, because I can't obviously tell you that because we're not Sparkies. And that would be illegal if I told you that. I don't know if it'd be illegal, but it'd be a lot of trouble if you get it wrong and burn the car down or damage the car, and I don't want to do that. So, anyways, I just went ahead and did that without saying anything, eh? Sorry. Okay, so you'll see I've got this, you'll see I got this little swanky bracket here. Looks hot, eh? So this is a performance upgrade for your diesel filter. Makes it look better, so in turn it's going to perform better. No idea if that's going to actually happen. Sorry, that's definitely not going to happen, by the way. So basically with this one, we're just going to put this in here on two of the bolts that were there to mount the diesel filter again. So we're going to use the front two holes here closest to the batteries. You're going to have it so it curves like that. This lip here goes to the front of the vehicle. We're going to draw up that in here. Get him in there like so. And we're going to put our nuts on from earlier that we took off. There's two of them on there. Now we've made this, if you're wondering, like, oh, I pulled four off on the factory one. We've actually made this bracket a little bit thicker material, a little bit different design to make it a bit stronger. So it's just as strong as the factory one, it's just utilising less studs so we could move it back and get a little bit more mounting. Then we're going to get the 12mm long ass extension again, and we're going to, oh yeah, yeah, daddy. Perfect, now that one's in there. Then we're going to get our bloody diesel filter. Now you're going to have to do a bit of tidy up here to make this all work, which I'm not going to bother doing tonight because we're going to be playing with this tomorrow with all the wires and that. Then you're going to get this bad boy here, and drop him back down there. You're going to bloody pull that goddamn wire out the way. It's with you tonight, wiring. There's such a wiring mess. Benny's going to love me tomorrow. Oh yeah. Perfect. Then we're going to drop that on here. These two new bolts that we supplied with it, we're going to put them bad boys in. Like so. It's weird. I'm going to send that one home anyway. Perfect. And then we obviously clip our couple of little clips back on that are off. That's that done. So that's mostly install done. We're just going to put the bracket on now, show you how to adjust it. Man, I can't, this actually looks really good, eh? Right, last piece of the puzzle. Very, very simple, this one. So this is our adjustable bracket we've got. So basically, in a nutshell, you've got the higher side for this one, obviously, and then your factory battery. That just drops on like that. And then all we do here is you want this sitting flat, right? So if I pull that down like that, I'll put my bolt in there to hold it where I need it. So we get the shorter bolt, put it in here, and we'll rattle him down to get him where we need him. So that's sitting flat across there. Now, next step is you've then got to adjust this one up. So push this bad boy down, and you'll see you've got all this adjustment there. So we'll push him down hard and we'll tighten that up with 2 10 mils. And then you'll tighten that bad boy up with 2 10 mils, and then you put your bloody last bolt in here, and that'll be all perfectly adjusted. Today, I obviously can't do that up right now because engineering stitched me up. But then you just tighten them and adjust them accordingly, and job done. Nice and tidy, things sturdy as. So, the one thing I missed in this, because I was fixated on making sure I got this right, was keeping you guys hydrated. So, the number one thing, every 30 seconds, stop. If you're watching a video and 30 seconds goes by, just keep on keeping on. So, there is one more thing I forgot about this that I don't actually have here because it's over at the manufacturing shed for powder. So I'll put it on for tomorrow's one. There'll be a bracket that goes on here somewhere where all your MIDI fuses will mount, and our BC-DC mount is going to be down in front of the grill there. So you'll be able to buy everything that you want for this. This will come with the MIDI fuse mount, so you can be able to bolt it on or off if you don't want it. Most people want MIDI mounts, obviously, because this battery's going to be running quite a few things off it. And as you see, with my mess of shit here, that would be beautiful if I had MIDI fuse mounts. Right, that's a wrap on this one, legends. Now, if you like this product, down below in the description, you'll find a link over to the webpage where you can grab yourself one of these and see all the other badass products that we do for the 250 series PRADO and all the other badass cars. We do a lot of cool shit now. Now, if you really, really like this content, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, punch that notification bell at the top. And if you really like this content, you might like this one here, or you might like that one over there. Righto, head over to Pyro Camco TV on YouTube. You're going to see all the shenanigans, all the adventures, and all the cool things we get up to outside of doing badass products. Thanks for spot, legends. See you next week. Woo! Oh, one more thing. Bye, Jimny.